Everyone. Welcome to Nova Careers, where we talk to real people with real jobs so you can discover what's possible. Today I'm talking with Ez Green, a professional driver at Swift. If you're curious about what it's like to work in the trucking industry, this episode is for you. Hi, Ez.
Hello.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Yeah. Um, as you said, I'm a professional truck driver at Swift. What that means is that I drive a truck, like a semi truck, across the country, which is called over the road. So, like, I go to all the other 48 states, the continental US, and deliver freight.
That sounds interesting. Have you been to a lot of states?
Yeah, I've been to, I believe, around 30 out of the 48.
How would you kind of explained it, but how would you describe your job to a high schooler? Like, what does your day to day look like?
Yeah, so my day to day would be um the kind of truck I drive since it's over the road. Um, I have a sleeper in my truck. So what that means is like you have a truck and there's like a sleeper, so sleeper like a bed and has a bed and like living space so that I don't ever have to sleep in a hotel or like anything like that. I could just sleep right in my truck. And then so I would wake up, do, personal hygiene, do what everyone else does, and then do my pre-trip, make sure my truck's all good before I hit the road, and then start driving to wherever I need to. And yeah,
What does in your sleeper, what else is in your sleeper? There's just a bed in there?
I have a bed, I have like storage spaces so I can put clothes or a microwave, or I also have a fridge, stuff like that. Kind of like in a tiny home, but just a lot of minimal, like basic things you would need.
Okay. But there's no bathroom in there.
No, there's not.
So then how do you use the restroom?
I would go to a truck or a rest stop and use their facilities.
Usually stop at night at a truck stop or a rest stop?
Yeah, for the most part, anytime I have to stop, so that I can get into the fact that I can only drive for so many hours during a day. The most I can drive during a day is 11 hours. So after that 11 hours is up, I would have to stop at a truck stop and rest for 10 hours before I can start up again.
How do you eat on the road?
Since I have since you can put a microwave in the truck, or I use an air fryer, so I just make simple air fry recipes or cook steak or meat or whatever.
Oh, do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Being able to see the country, and I've always loved to drive.
What did you want to be when you were in high school?
There were a lot of phases, but my main one was to be a pilot, like an airline pilot.
Okay. Yeah. So how did you end up on this path?
Um, yeah, so fresh out of high school, um, I was my dad's a military or in the army, and I'm a military brat, so just being like, hey, just always traveling growing up. I just right after high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do or like whether to go to college or not. So I was like, hey, maybe I should be a truck driver. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me. So I worked at Home Depot for a little bit and then got into FedEx being a delivery driver for them with like in a box truck with packages and having 100 stops, 120 plus stops. And I just got tired of the packages and the stops and was like, instead of these, boxes and whatnot, I should actually just deal with pallets. And so I was like, you know what? I would rather deal with pallets so that I can just go and have someone else do the delivery or drop off for me instead of me carrying these boxes of furniture and whatnot up 3 flights plus of stairs. So
And a lot less stops than throughout the day.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, did you need a degree or certificate?
Yeah, so yeah, I actually needed a CDL class A, which is what I needed to be able to carry as much tons as I do across the road.
How did you get that? Like, do you have to go to a special school to do that?
There's certain schools you can go to across the country. Like we said before, I work for Swift. I did their 4-week program at one of their campuses, and it was just like, hey, you come to our terminal, we'll teach you everything you need to know to get your CD. And but you can also there's a resource you can use to help you with that. There's an app that you can use called CDL Prep. And that's what I used to, like, as I was working with FedEx and kind of getting burnt out. I just used that every once in a while. And then once I got to the school, it was like, oh, I'm already like 3 steps ahead of these guys because I used that app that helped me a lot. So,
So that prompted, like, did you have to take a written test or is it a driving test?
yeah, it's actually, there's 3 steps to it. Within the school, the first week that they teach you is to get you your permit. Yeah, your permit. So you would have to take a written test for that. And then after you got your permit, week 2 was kind of just showing you like, hey, these are the rules of the world for road for us, and this is what this looks like. This is what that looks like all the kind of like all the general knowledge, um, and then like reviewing some of the steps that you're going to take on the road and stuff like that. And then week 3 and 4, we would actually get to drive the trucks and do hands-on learning, and that would be part of, like, pre-trip stuff, and you would need to know, like, when it came to your test, you would have to do a pre-trip to show your examiner you know what you're doing. Like, yes, you know how to drive, yes, you took in the written, but these are the preventable things that you have to know about in order to get your license. And then, so week 3 and 4 was doing that as well as driving the truck in preparation for the road test. So you needed to do a written test and then a pre-trip and then a road test before you got your CDL. And then you also needed to do skills test. So like backing, parallel parking, straight backing, stuff like that.
Wow. And then after you got that, you were just out on the road, ready to go?
Yeah, pretty much I was able to, but with Swift's program, they give you a mentor to like before you officially hit the road by yourself, they give you someone to like come alongside you and say and like just like do teach you more of the trucking, like, okay, what if I need to slide my tandems to make sure I'm over underweight, like stuff like that, like the actual like, okay, you know how to drive a truck. But now this is how you request a load. This is how you talk to your driver leader or driver manager. This is how you talk to planners. Like all the stuff that's going to make you money in a sense was what they taught you. Any questions you have about like learning electronic logging devices so that you can check your hours and make sure you're not going overtime, just all the little things like that. And then also before that, I got into like an extra class which prepared me for like safe driving, road conditions, all this other like you're driving on a simulator so that they can simulate different scenarios. Like if you're going through a city and tight turns, then you do that too. So it's just to prepare you for real world situations.
Oh, that's cool. Have you ever had a blowout?
Yes, I've had several. That's like it's not scary when you do, it's just kinda like, "Oh, well, this sucks." Like, it just happens naturally due to all sorts of things, so
Gotcha. You always see the trucks on the side of the road with blowouts, so
yeah.
yeah. Let's see. What is your favorite part of the job?
Definitely being able to just, like, see the world, see the United States, and being able to, like because I have family all over the United States, it's so nice to just be able to drive and say, "Oh, yeah, I could see this family member now, I could see this one." And then also just being able to, like, you're in your own like, your own space, so you're able to do pretty much whatever you want as long as, of course, you're being safe, and then also just being by yourself is kinda nice, but it can get overwhelming and tiring at sometimes too.
So, would you say that's your least favorite part of the job, or what is the toughest or the most stressful part of the job?
The most stressful, I would say, is being on time for your deliveries because if you have a tire blowout, then it's like, well, now I'm just gonna be sitting here waiting for help to come after I make the call and inform them of everything that they need. Least favorite would be, yeah, definitely it could be the isolation factor. If you're just alone and bored all the time, then it's like, okay, well, this kind of sucks because you don't have too much social interaction. And then also another part of that would be that at night it can be tricky to find a parking spot or somewhere to park safely. So it's like, where am I supposed to park if there's no spots? So that can get like that too.
That makes sense. So if you get a flat tire, you don't change it?
No, I can't speak for everyone, but Swift has like a partnership with other technicians or like the major gas stations like Travel Center of America and Loves and stuff like that. Swift will notify them and then they can come to us to like repair and stuff.
Good. Um, I guess you already answered this question about beginner-friendly tools. You mentioned the CDL app, so
Yeah.
you recommend that.
Yes. Even if it's something that you might not want to get into right away, or something you might say, "Hey, I'm a freshman in high school, but I thought about doing it." Say, "Okay, you know what? Let me download this app. I think it costs like 25 bucks a month, so not too bad. It'll prepare you for every test that you want to know, whether it's like whether you want to get trailers, or you want to do doubles, or you want to get your hazmat and do tanker. It'll prepare you for all that.
Cool. Do you remember the first job you ever had?
The first job I ever had was a waiter in an assisted living home.
Really? Did you like
Yeah.
that?
No.
No.
No, I got out of that as fast as I could because I just never liked the food industry. Like, it's not for me. I'd rather like interact with people. So the job after that I got was working at Home Depot and being a sales associate. So
And you enjoyed that?
yeah, I absolutely love that.
Awesome. Um, what's a career you wouldn't want to do?
Food and anything food related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not your cup of tea, huh?
No, not at all. It's too fast paced.
Well, and speaking of tea, do you prefer coffee, tea, or neither? These are just some fun questions.
Definitely coffee.
Coffee.
I like
Okay.
coffee. Yeah.
How do you take your coffee?
Yeah, I was gonna say it can't be black. I don't like black coffee, so it has to have creamer in it.
What's your favorite creamer?
Um, Before it used to be like French vanilla delight, but now it's kind of like this full, like this actual creamer that's like not one of the fake stuff. I think so. It's like actual creamer. I don't know how to explain it.
Real cream ish?
Yeah,
What's one piece of advice you would give your teenage self?
to give to my teenage self, that would be to, even though it may not seem like my parents know what they're talking about, they kind of do.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for being our guest today. And thank you for encouraging those who may be interested in the trucking industry.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.